Hi everyone, it's Elsie here. I hope you're all well. So I have a Hip Kit Club layout for you, and I'm using the September 2019 kits, which I am in love with. I had so much fun creating this page. So I was also challenged to use the September colour kit, and that featured three Lindy Stamp Gang magical powder things, these things which are amazing and I love them. I'm getting quite the collection now, so I'm happy about that. And a highly swapped stencil, and did it come with a stamp? Can't remember. They'll all be linked below, but I'm using the magical powder things for this layout and the stencil. So as you can see, I'm first using the powders, and I've got some Canson mixed media paper. I really like this paper. It's kind of thin, but it takes a lot of water, and it's not a bright white, but it is like a very close white. So yeah, I really like using it for things like this. So as you can see, I'm just throwing colour down onto each paper, and my thought process behind this is that I'm going to cut each thing out and use it basically as my own sort of DIY pattern papers. And I can't tell you how many sheets I painted. I was just in the zone, and I just kept painting and getting different shades of everything. So I've got so many just plain pattern paper sheets like this that, yeah, I've got enough to last for a good while. Yeah, and I'm actually using loads of different colours. I was kind of cheating. I definitely used the colours in the September kit, especially for this yellow one. We got this really it's gold basically, but it's kind of got a very like yellowy ochre undertone, and it's really pretty. So use that, and as you can see, these are the 5 papers I've sort of chosen, and the Lindy Stamp Gang stuff like dries back quite a bit. So I was thinking, because I really wanted something sort of more pastel and more sort of cutesy looking, rather than something really bold and vibrant for this layout, to match with the Dear Lizzie collection that we get in this kit. And yeah, because they dry back, it actually worked out quite well, because yeah, they became kind of pastel, and yeah, I just really enjoy this like little colour combo. So as you can see, or you might not be able to see, it's a bit random what I'm doing. I'm basically cutting out strips or stripes of a rainbow, and I've roughly kind of made a plan on some tracing paper just so I can get kind of the sizing right, and make sure nothing's too wonky and all over the place. So yeah, I'm just cutting this all out by hand, not using a cut file or anything. Yeah, and it's really easy to sort of paper piece something like this. It's not very complicated at all, and yeah, it's just a really fun look, I think. So I'm now sticking them down onto some scrap white cardstock, and this isn't going to be the background of my layout. I am just sticking them down so I can basically cut them out and use it as one massive die cut basically. And I'm also obviously going to do some stitching. So yes, I am taking some scissors to this stencil, and I absolutely love this stencil by Hurdy Swap. It's just so good because it has like the stars, the hearts, and these like little dots, and they all look really pretty when they're together, but I am more likely to use the stencil if I can use the individual sort of thirds individually. So yeah, for this page I just wanted to use the stars, and yeah, it made sort of scraping some modelling paste through that stencil a lot easier than if I had the whole thing. I was like trying to rotate the whole thing throughout the page. So yeah, I'm just doing some background work, and I really I love stars, so I was very happy with this stencil. And yeah, I'm using some Liquitex light modelling paste, in case you're wondering. I just find that's the best modelling paste. It's obviously a little bit more pricey than, you know, the regular stuff, but yeah, it dries pretty quickly, and it's like a really bright white, so yeah, it always looks good. And now I'm obviously doing some stitching because of course I am. Like, I don't know, I couldn't not leave it. Although it did look pretty without stitching, but with the stitching I think it looks slightly better. Now my idea for this page was to have this like little rainbow coming out of the envelope of an envelope. It's a bit random, but I was really inspired by the Dear Lizzie cardstock stickers that I showed you a few minutes ago. They have like loads of postage stamp stickers, and yeah, I don't know, I was thinking, oh, I'll do something with like maybe an envelope or like that kind of thing, like a card or a postcard or something like that. And then yeah, I just thought of this, I'd use my envelope punch board, and yeah, sort of came up with this design. So yeah, that's basically all my mixed media done now as well. And I really like using mixed media in this way because it's a bit more controlled. And yeah, it just kind of freaked me out when I like try and do mixed media stuff, and it just kind of goes on the background and you just leave it like it is. That just, like, I can't fiddle with it and tweak it in any way, edit it at all. So yeah, I like doing mixed media in this way because yeah, it's a lot more controlled, and I really love the like watercolor effects in the on the rainbow. Yeah, it just adds a bit more texture and interest rather than just using like plain cardstock or something like that. So I'm embellishing now, and I always say to myself, because this is my first layout I'm using with the September kits, and I always say to myself, I'm not going to use all the florals on one page, and I basically end up using the florals all on one page. I think it was in the main kit we got this, was it exclusive or was it something Kim designed for Pretty Little Studio? I can't remember. Either way, they're amazing, and there's like loads of lovely florals and leaves and flowers and stuff like that in there, and that title that says Happy Place, I love that. I do actually end up using that, and yeah, I just sort of clustered the you know, the die cuts all around the envelope, and then created that little cluster towards like the top right of the page just to balance things out. And I'm also punched some clouds from white cardstock, and yeah, again, that's just adding a bit more sort of interest to the background, that tone on tone thing. Yeah, it's very subtle, but I think it works. And oh, I forgot to say what pattern paper I used for the envelope, and that was one from Dear Lizzie, and I really like the floral and then that dark sort of navy colour, royal blue colour on the back, so that kind of balanced things out, added a nice bit of contrast, so you can kind of hopefully tell it's an envelope that's a rainbow is coming out of an envelope, basically. Yeah, so obviously I added those postage stamps, cardstock stickers as well, and I really like, because there's so much colour on this page, but then with my photo being black and white, the title being black and white, and then I fussy cut some of those little houses from, I think, a Jen Hadfield paper, and yeah, it just kind of added a nice bit of contrast, and yeah, just added, I'm putting houses on the clouds because why not? And yeah, I'm sorry, that was a very rambly voiceover, but I hope you for somehow maybe reason enjoyed it. So yeah, thank you for watching. Make sure you check out the hip kits. They are amazing this month, and the next month kits are so good. So yeah, everything's linked below, and I'll see you next time. Bye everyone.